the last thing we all want is like a big tax bill or something like that.
The legal side of it.
The legal side
of
it.
Get yourself a good accountant.
Get yourself a good accountant. I have to say it. It's so yeah, like I've had 3 accountants over this journey so far. 4 actually. Sorry, wow. 4 accountants. And that's because just different needs, different times, bigger budgets, all that type of thing. But that was a game changer for me getting that, because then all of a sudden in my mind, they take care of that. All I have to do is go and do that.
You can get on with
I can go and do the stuff that I love and I care about.
What you're passionate about,
exactly,
and then you're sort of outsourcing those jobs.
Correct,
That's great. I mean, we've talked a lot about some of the things that you found inspiring. I think, crucially, one thing that I'm wanting to cover in this podcast and podcast moving forward are kind of the challenges that the things that the likes of you and I and any number of other people will go through. What would you say have been the main challenges that you've faced? I know. Obviously, you've had some pretty big ones that you've spoken about very publicly.
Yeah.
And credit to you, really honestly. And I think that is to your credit. And I think a lot of people feel that way, certainly from the responses that I've seen on Facebook.
Yeah.
Are you happy to talk about those challenges?
Of course. Yeah. Like, so, I mean, the obvious one was the liquidation of my company in 2022, so January 2022, followed by my personal bankruptcy. So I had to declare myself bankrupt to the Insolvency Service in April 2022, so a few months later, on the back of personal guarantees that I'd signed as the director of the business, that had subsequently failed. And obviously all of that came about on the back of the COVID pandemic. So if we talk about like isolated challenges, shall we say, obviously the pandemic is the big one. It's the big, it's like, there are far wiser, greater, stronger, richer entrepreneurs who have suffered mentally, physically, literally, emotionally, everything, far greater than I, coming out of that pandemic. I believe, like, there are people who lost millions, you know what I mean, because of it.
Absolutely.
There are also people who gained
millions,
you know what I mean? And I'm very much of the ilk that there is all fair in love and war, which I hate that expression, but like there are always winners and losers in every situation.
Love, war, and business.
Exactly,
absolutely.
In business.
It's,
So challenges wise, the pandemic was
very good of you to look at it like that.
Well, yeah, because otherwise, what do you do? What, pity yourself, like, oh, it all happened to me,
I think that's
do you know what? I could have been lucky. And there could be another pandemic that comes in the future that works in my favour in a different type of way. Who knows? You know what I mean? And that's the way I do tend to look at it. But yeah, obviously, the pandemic. What am I going to do?